going on, everyone? It's your boy Rican in the Philippines because I am a Puerto Rican living in the Philippines. Thank you and welcome for visiting my channel. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everybody around the world. And if you're new to my channel, please make sure to like and subscribe to my videos so that way you can be in the know for whenever I drop a new video and we could keep pushing these videos out to the masses. Now let's get into it. So today I want to talk about the type of women that you need to avoid when coming here to the Philippines. Now, it's no secret that a lot of people from all around the world, particularly guys, passport bros, they come here for the sole purpose of wanting to create a better life for themselves or to live out the rest of their retirements here in a different country with a lower cost of living. But a lot of them tend to come out here for the women, and that's what I want to target today. That's what I want to touch on today. I want to talk about those who primarily come here to the Philippines, whether they're traveling or whatever they're living here, particularly for a woman. Well, first and foremost, I want to tell you that if that's your main factor and your motivation for coming to the Philippines or anywhere else in Southeast Asia, that you need to reassess your motivation and your priorities of why you're coming here to the Philippines for that. So it's no secret that a lot of guys, they come here because they hear about the women here, how feminine, how friendly they are, how they cater to their men, how they were raised to be wives, all that other good stuff that you don't see in the United States or any other Western country. That is true for the most part, but that doesn't mean that a lot of women here are like that. And my job here is to inform you on the type of women that you yourself need to avoid while coming here in the Philippines. Now, first and foremost, the first woman that you need to avoid in the Philippines is those that you meet online or on dating sites, particularly Tinder and Bumble or any other dating sites that I've mentioned in my last video. Now, not to say that you're not gonna find your diamond in the rough. You will have a better chance finding a woman from the Philippines on a dating site, where you really have to be on your P's and Q's and look out for the red flags. And one of those red flags is what I mentioned in my other videos before, is if she immediately brings up money into the conversation. Most likely when a woman brings up in the dating site, when a woman brings up money, most likely she's just looking for somebody to bail her out in her situation or in her lifestyle. Now, what I mean by that is it's common knowledge that Philippines, even though it is a developing nation, but down to its core, it does have a financial hardship. There's a lot of people here living in poverty, particularly in the province area, because it is a smaller community. There's not a lot of money being made there. A lot of people, they live there, but they work, remedial jobs that doesn't pay a lot. And cost of living in the province compared to the major cities is noticeably different, much cheaper. But so is the salary in a lot of these jobs. So you want to be on the lookout for those type of women that you're talking to, and they ask you for money right up front. Most likely they're just looking for somebody to take care of them. Depending on the length of the conversation that you guys have, it could be going well, or if this is just a one-off thing, I would tell you, just use your best judgment. If you want to help them, yeah, go ahead. And if you want to, if it's something that you can afford, but just notice the pattern when you do that. Because again, like I said, a lot of women here, for the most part, they're very reserved and they're very shy. So it's gonna take some time to open up to them. You're gonna have to do the approaching, because women here are very traditional in that aspect, in that sense. So if a woman brings up money, that's an automatic red flag. They're just looking for somebody to take care of them. Now, if that's your cup of tea, then hey, make the most of it. But for somebody that's trying to look for a long-lasting relationship, where they come out here to start a family, then you will really have to be on your PCQs with that one. So just observe the woman who asks for money. So when a woman is asking you for money online, just from the first, I would say, a day or so of talking, then that's a red flag. I would not even put myself in that situation. A woman who is genuinely interested in you, they're gonna show their interest in you, and money will never be a factor. Money will never be an issue. They will never bring up money. They will want to get to know you. A true Filipino woman will want to get to know you, and if they genuinely are interested in you, it's gonna be known. They're gonna let you know by their words, but most importantly, they're gonna let you know by their actions. Because Filipino women here, they give a lot. They're very giving. They wear their heart on their sleeves. They show they show their love and devotion and affection to you in ways that women used to show their men back in the days, back in the States. They'll cook, they'll clean for you, they will cater to you, they will let you lead. They will be receptive, they will listen. Those type of women, those are the ones that you really want to go for, and especially if you're trying to start a relationship or start marriage with. That's one type of person that you want to avoid. You want to avoid those who brings up money up in the first conversation, in the first 2 to 3 days of talking. I would say use your best judgment. Do not give these women money, and if they guilt you into trying to give them money, just cut it off right then and there. They will try to guilt you. They will try to make you feel like you're the only one that can help them, and they will be eternally grateful if you give them money. And it may not seem like a lot that they ask for off the bat, but I wouldn't even go that route unless you really got to know this person. If you got to meet the family, if you met this person already, like you literally physically came here and met them, and you saw what they were all about, then you could talk about, okay, you want to help them out financially, you could do that. Look out for those red flags. Now, again, a lot of them are not like that, but too many of them, more often than not, are on these dating sites just to find somebody to help them out in their situation. So avoid that. Another woman to avoid, and this is not all of it, so when I say women, I'm not talking all women, because not all women are like this. But the second woman to avoid is those who live in a major metropolitan area. As you already know, the Philippines, for the most part, they're traditional and they're very old school in their ways of doing. But with the advent of social media and the internet and everything else like that, Western culture has crept in to Filipino culture, and a lot of these women are taking their notes and getting influenced heavily by Western women and certain influencers. So they're picking up a lot of the bad traits that our men are coming here to avoid. So most likely, I would say my personal recommendation is, if you're here again, this goes back to my last point. If you're just wanting to have fun and it's just a hookup thing or whatever like that, I'm not personally for it. I'm against hookup culture. But if that's something that you're want to do when you're here, by all means. This won't apply to you. You're only here for a fun time, not a long time. You just make sure you let the other person know that that's your motive here, and they agree, then hey, go at it. But for a long-term relationship, I will avoid the major metropolitan girls, because a lot of them, they are westernized. A lot of them are career driven, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking for somebody that's gonna want to be a stay-at-home mother, or somebody that's gonna be a traditional wife, it's gonna be more difficult to try to balance that work-home life, that work-home balance, but it could be done. Try to find a woman that's from the province. The province women, they're raised to be wise from the beginning. My wife, she grew up in the province. and she's pretty much been raised correctly. She got a good example of what it was like growing up in a nuclear family with both mother and father. She learned her values of hard work and what it takes to raise a family, to serve your husband by her mother. And I personally seen that when I met her for the first time and I saw her family dynamic. It's pretty much old school, you know. The father goes to work and the mother's still at home, even though her mom, she ran a little store business and stuff like that, but she knew how to maintain that work-life balance, and it didn't get in the way. And if there was any, issue or conflict, I apologize about the background noise. If you hear that, there's a lot of construction going on in the other apartment right now. If there was an issue, they knew how to deal with that issue, and find a resolution that will work out for not only them, but will also work out for the family. And if it got to a point that, one was taking over the other, and they will revisit that issue and they will find a resolution that either they could learn how to navigate work-life balance, or they will have to give up one or the other. And obviously, her mother wasn't going to give up being a mother and a wife, so she will have to put her job on the back burner to continue supporting her family. This is the same discussion that me and my wife had before getting married. What is her main goal? What is her intentions? What does she bring to the table? And is everything that I'm looking for. So no problems there. But again, if the problem does arise, we will tackle it head on and find a common ground or resolution to deal with that. So again, I go back to say this. You want to, not saying that a girl from the metropolitan area isn't bad. I'm just saying that if you're looking for more traditional woman, you're better off going on to the province. So I would say avoid the metropolitan woman, career-driven woman if you can. If you don't mind her working and balancing the family, then more power to you. Make it work, but also remind her that family is the most important dynamic out of this relationship. Never lose sight of that. So the Filipino women here, like I said, they've been westernized. They're picking up a lot of the bad habits from the American women, which is why a lot of men move to Southeast Asia, to other parts of the country that still values traditionalism and marriage and respects men. So that seems to be creeping up here little by little as well. It hasn't blown up exponentially, but it's getting there. So you want to avoid that. Another woman to avoid here in the Philippines are the single mothers. Again, not all mothers, but if you're somebody that you yourself don't have children yourself, don't get involved with a single mother. Not saying that the mother is bad, but I'm just saying that the woman comes with baggages that you may not be capable of handling if you never dated a single mother before, or having to deal with that dynamic to begin with. First and foremost, the single mom, she's working and she's trying to balance raising the children and balancing work. Like, now, if you know anything about single mothers back in the West, they claim that they could do it all, but in the end, we know deep down inside, if they could, they'd rather have a man take care of everything for them, and they could just stay home and be with their children, raise the child accordingly. But unfortunately, that's not the case with them, and that's not the case with the women over here. A lot of them, unfortunately, because of the job market, the way it is here in the Philippines, and the wages, a lot of them, unfortunately, do not have the means to provide for their child. So it goes back to what, for the women that you talk to on dating sites, it also applies to the single mothers. A lot of them are just looking for somebody to help them out in their situation. And it's up to you if you want to tackle on that baggage or not. That's up to you. I'm not here to tell you anything otherwise, especially if you're established. But this is for my younger people, my younger expats, and my younger passport bros that's moving over here. for the sole means of wanting to start a family. I would say avoid that if you can. But if you really like this person's everything that you look for, they check off the boxes, then go ahead, by all means, pursue with that relationship, but enter at your own risk. A lot of single mothers, most likely, they're gonna be working overseas a lot, so they're not gonna have a lot of time to talk to you because their work demand, depending on the type of job that they have, their demands is too great for them. And most likely, single moms, they're already pressed for time to begin with. So if you're somebody that's thinking about or that's talking to a single mother, I would just reassess that. I will rethink that because, again, like I said, single moms, they come with baggages that you may not be comfortable or qualified to tack on if you yourself never been in that type of situation. So now, again, like I said, not saying that single moms are bad, but they just come with baggage that you yourself would not be prepared to handle. A lot of them, the child's father are most likely, probably, are still in the child's life. So not only do you got to deal with the child and having to build a relationship with that child, but now you got to deal with the child's father and the conflict and everything that comes with that. I mean, I would tell you right now, is it really worth it? I don't think so. I wouldn't do it. But if that's your forte, that's what you want to do, and that's something that you see that you feel like you could take on, by all means, go ahead. But you're gonna be battling with the time, and you're gonna be battling with the job, and you're gonna be battling, trying to get time away for her and her kids. So you got a lot of things against you, and it's really not a good idea having to deal with single moms. A lot of them are burned, they're jaded, a lot of them are usually bitter. So they're gonna be bringing that trauma from that past relationship into you and play the compare and contrast game. So is that something that you really wanna have to deal with? I wouldn't do it. So avoid single mothers. Another type of woman to avoid in the Philippines are the bar girls or the club girls, those who work in the nightlife or entertainment industry. Now, most of the bar girls that works at bars and clubs, they're already working in stressful and hostile environments. Their hours they fluctuate from different times, so they never have a steady hours to work. A lot of them will work mostly nights and weekends. So a lot of them are working, they're dealing with foreigners, and they're dealing with different customers every day, every night. Then you also got to take in the fact that they have a lot of men from all different walks of life trying to get with them, flirt with them, and all types of things. So they already have a taste of dealing with different types of men. Not necessarily bar girls. I wouldn't recommend being with a bar girl because a lot of them, they deal with that type of nightlife, and it's going to be hard for you to try to even establish a relationship with them to begin with because of their unstable work hours, their uncertain work hours. They work all types of nights and things like that. A lot of the bar girls, they get propositioned a lot. And a lot of them are known to meet up with their customers, and they're known to sleep with their customers. So a lot of them, believe it or not, have sugar daddies. I mean, that's common knowledge. Any bar girl from around the world, a lot of them do have sugar daddies in the background. So, again, it goes back, if you're here for a fun time, not a long time, by all means, go, have your fun with the bar girls, have at it, just be safe, wrap it up, and just proceed with caution. And I know for a lot of you young guys, you're just looking at a nice piece of tail, and you think that she's into you, but just know this: when you're dealing with a bar girl, especially, they come up to you, they're not interested in you, they're interested in your money. So avoid the bar girls. So I'm gonna wrap it up with this. You will find the woman of your dreams if you do come down here to the Philippines or anywhere else in Southeast Asia. There are a lot of women that are raised right, that make for good wives. They're fit, they're feminine, they're friendly, they're cooperative, they're submissive, they respect the family dynamic, and they will respect you. But only if you do your homework, you vet these women carefully, and you will see really quick what type of women are out here and who is out here for you or who is out here for themselves. So, you're my best advice. You can't go wrong with going for the Providence girls. They're faithful, they're submissive, they're friendly, they're cooperative, they're respectful, they bring you peace, they will cook, they will clean for you, they're not about the glamour and the lifestyle that you could provide, even though you will be a top earner here if you fall into those requirements, as I stated in my other videos. You will find that woman for you. You just gotta be patient, and you gotta really watch out for those signs that I've mentioned in this video. Watch out for the signs. Oh, you guys gotta come with prerequisites. You guys already gotta come with the means and the character traits to be that good husband, that leader, that father that these women are looking for. So you have to make sure that you yourself are the type of things that a woman here in the Philippines is looking for. They will give you their all, because I've seen it with my own wife. She gives me above and beyond. But you yourself have to become the person that the woman is looking for in order for this relationship dynamic to work. You really can't go wrong if you pick a girl for the Providence to make your wife. You won't be disappointed. You'll be more than happy having a girl from the province, a modest girl from the province, as a wife, because she will take care of you, bar none. And I'm not saying that to hype the women up here, but this is what I've seen from my experience and from the experience of other foreigners that set root here in the Philippines and made Philippines their home. They said they will pick a province girl over a girl from the city anytime. Not saying that there ain't no good girls down in the cities, but more likely than not, you're not gonna find a whole bunch of them like you will in the province. And they will be loyal to you, they will be faithful to you, and they will wear their heart in their sleeve, they will give their all to you. So, province girls, for me personally, is the way to go. So that's gonna do it for this video. And if you like this video, if you like the information that I put out here, and if this video resonated with you, please drop a like and subscribe below. If there's anything else that I missed out on, any other traits or any other warning signs to look out for from a woman that would be considered a red flag, please put it in the comment box below. And as always, wherever you are around the world, take care of yourself, and God bless. Love you guys.